So, hello and welcome back to another playthrough of European 4. European 4, that's the right word. We're of course doing another playthrough of Anbennar, and we have of course our straw poll from last time. And to my delight, the winner of this one is Xoti'Guao, because I really want to play as one of the Phelite tribes. So, we're gonna jump into the game and talk about the next straw poll. As always, before we actually jump into the game, I will put a straw poll in the description where you guys can decide on what I play next. We're gonna quickly run over the 5 nations mentioned here, because the 3 of the nations are still from the last straw poll, because that makes my life easier and doesn't upset everybody. One of them, of course, Xoti'Guao, the naval dwarfs. The other one being Mihit Tarap. Halflings uniting and having their one king doing things or something. No, they have a queen. They do something weird, but mostly it's just to play in the on the halfling island for once, because I feel like that should have happened at some point. Tswohvwoh'ii, slaves, and who having to deal with their own stuff, and also getting a bunch of money, but they have also gotten their own missionary to do things. I explaining this terribly, but no worries, I will do it worse. Moonhaven is gonna be another one in the list, or gonna get added to the list. They've gotten a rework, or rather that what they've already had has been kind of diversified a little bit. They've got new rebellion missions and the full-on Sahel missions and stuff like that, which was to be expected as they are very colonial. And it's been a while since I've done a real colonial playthrough, I have to say. The last one on the list is gonna be Raiftal, Autumn Court, who crusade against the Winter Boys and the Eordelon guys, and then of course turn into Eordant. So those are the 5 nations: Xoti'Guao, Mihit Tarap, Tswohvwoh'ii, Moonhaven, and Raiftal. So the straw poll is in the description as always. You can vote there, but before I lose my mind more and struggle to talk, I will just simply jump into Xoti'Guao and what they are all on about. Like, I can warn you, I've already, I do this rarely, but I actually already played Xoti'Guao on my own, but only the beginning. Because I feel like with all of these Phelite tribes, just having a base idea of what's going on is very healthy. So we don't have any description here, we do not have any description here. We are a little bit odd. Southern here starts out in relative isolation from the rest of the world. This is not something that will last forever. In time, Canorian colonialists will appear, and you may find yourself overwhelmed by their superior technology unless you are sufficiently prepared for it. I've never felt like I was overwhelmed by anyone, but sure. Let's get rid of this. So, a perilous journey begins. It is time. It is an ancient tradition, this pilgrimage. A practice that stretches back generations in history of our people. Tswohvwoh'ii, our mistress, is both alluring and ominous, and her domain a place of unfathomable mysteries and undiscovered boons. We will march together across these lands, so firmly in her grasp as our pilgrimage is not a choice, but an obligation, a duty that binds us to the land and the stories that have been whispered through time. Preparation for our pilgrimage is a solemn and intricate affair. Our people come together, and for days we gather the necessary goods that will accompany us into the praise of Tswohvwoh'ii. Tswohvwoh'ii. Okay. We chip away at black glass to make the sharpest blades. We weave together in lattice works of bone to protect us. We select the finest woven garments, sturdy tools, and ritualistic artifacts that have been passed down through generations. Each time bears the weight of tradition and the hope of safe passage through the hallowed grounds where her song holds sway. As we stand before our possessions, we utter prayers of protection, invoking whatever benignity she may still harbor towards those who seek salvation. The incantations are recited in hushed tones, carrying with them the collective hopes and fears of our people. In this profound moment, our will is made manifest, our spirits aligned to see this trek through. Tswohvwoh'ii, we honor your name. Tswohvwoh'ii, we fear your wrath. Tswohvwoh'ii, we begin this journey. Her will shall be done. So, we are tribal adventurers. We basically have the migration stuff and all of these things as we move through the FLI region, finding the holy sites and visiting them. It specifically states also here that we need to find an efficient path. I think this is impossible to do at the very beginning if you don't know what's going on. Obviously. But luckily enough, I have an idea what we're doing. So basically, as tribal adventurers, we just get bonuses towards military and everything is very expensive for us. We can also gain a conquistador, which is also very useful. So, alright. We have Chiefess Oanai Yamasi in charge. We also have our government reform, Pilgrims of FLI. Which basically is just, yeah, we move around and everything is cheaper. We have no estates or anything, we are a tribe. Our economy should barely keep us afloat. Otherwise, we can also tell you that as Xoti'Guao we have construction, and garrison size, which doesn't matter for a very long time. So, the mission tree of the FLI tribes. All the FLI tribes have the same mission tree, as they slowly but surely meet all of these holy sites and then in the end, of course, settle and spread out and kind of connect with all of this FLI fun stuff. With the hubs and the routes and all of these things and actually reignite the land in a certain sense. But every FLI tribe also has their own unique sets of missions, like in this corner here. These 4 missions, everyone has the other ones, because every FLI tribe has their own goal to achieve while they're on the journey. Some of them need to find places where they celebrate, others are going on great hunts and fighting big beasts. We as Xoti'Guao want to plant gardens all across the place. You might have seen that there's a modifier here called the Goddess's Garden and Nurtured Soil. These are all places where we can plant our saplings. For later interest. For now we will not gain anything out of it, we just do it. It is highly encouraged to use up all of the saplings that we're gonna get. And it's also highly encouraged that we actually go away from our first goal and basically meet everything in a certain sense. Like we could just straight up rush for our end goal for all of the holy sites and be done with it. But I think that really doesn't, that kind of neglects the cool benefits that we get from this. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we migrate over to this place. Immediately found gold. Very cool. Let's also pump ourselves up to 10 here. So, our first mission is that we sit on the nurtured soil and that we have an administrative advisor and a stability of 1. That is not too difficult. We're gonna get this prestige guy and we're gonna get stability of 1. Immediately allows us to do the first mission. Let's have actually a quick look over this before I do this mission now. We do have the Tswohvwoh'ii religion. Tswohvwoh'ii, I'm gonna pronounce this different every time, is the title of the goddess of the FLI jungle, which at times creak to the wind in what some see as the unknowable song of the jungle. It is believed by the FA and the Lai people that Tswohvwoh'ii needs song in return to remain satisfied and perform regular sacrifices of song and of blood to ward off and keep the jungle goddess happy and silent. We have the holy site mechanic, very simply put. We do gain land leader shock and prestige decay, which is not bad. But for now, we have something else to do. The goddess's garden. Leaves as broad as our finest warriors' shoulders, flowers as brilliant as sun-dappled streams, and vines thick enough to hold great beasts. Our success in nourishing these plants is both entirely thanks to our goddess and dedicated to her. As we travel, every member of our tribe sings to the seeds sown by our leader. This ritual of enrichment helps to soothe her wrath towards the barren wastes, albeit temporarily. We have had little success on the scorched coast, but upon entering the jungle again, we have often been faced with fewer dangers for a time. We get 5 saplings, and we gain the goddess's garden seeding. This gives construction cost, construction time, and production efficiency, and we get an event. Meticulously cultivate our goddess's garden during our great journey and reap the rewards of what we have earned. Her eternal favor. Any seeds left over after we settle down will have to be cast aside and wasted. So basically said, we want to get rid of all of our seeds. We now get 5, and we're immediately going to use one because we stand on one of the nurtured soils. During our great journey we have discovered a suitable location to spread our goddess's garden. Should we choose to cultivate life here, it will come at the cost of another location in the future. We will plant our seed here. Which now changes modifier to cultivated saplings. So, our first goal after this is gonna be reaching this place here. And in the meantime, we should do a decent helping of exploring the jungle and actually see everything. This is very important either way for any of these nations. And these two missions we kind of have to ignore for now because we need to find the holy sites first. So, before I completely lost my voice from talking, I will pick up speed 5 and let my army rise. This is gonna take a hot second. Which can be entertaining for some, not entertaining for some others. I personally like it. But you guys know that I can also just sit around and click the develop button for years at a time. So, do I want to keep my guy? Do I want to keep you around? I feel like it's alright. Getting some prestige up doesn't hurt. We could also do a little bit more work here. We do need to be, I feel like we need to be very timely with this. I have to say. I try to do this as best as possible. To pause it every time. To the kind. Cool. The only tech that we're gonna try to take is the mill tech as well. Because I don't really care about wasting my points on the other stuff if I can put it somewhere else. But that will come around when it comes around. For now we just punch and push. So, in November we can move again. Let's see if we can face the time. Okay. It's highly likely that we're gonna go to the month's end with this. Our next goal will be this province here, and we might as well just migrate back to this province. So. Now, of course, we don't have much money, because technically speaking we found a gold province. I will meet this nation real quick. And then we're gonna move over here and actually explore where we step next, because I need to see this myself again, because I do not have all of the memory. I know that we want to go all the way at the bottom here. So, because as soon as you see these guys, you will stop. This is not a thingy. This is not a thingy. Okay, we could go here. That's a bit far away. I'm gonna go here instead. And quickly explore this. So, let's also click that way so we don't have to care about it too much. Let the exploration happen. We're also gonna get a bunch of flavor vents as we move around. Which kind of will keep us entertained somewhat. Yep, there's the coastline, and the coastline should have another sapling. Yeah, there we go. We of course have a few tribes, other natives to beat up. As we move about. So, we've kind of explored now everything for this region. And to make our lives easier, we are gonna explore the next region right away. Oh god, yeah, well, just do that for now. We are gonna have the moving coming up soon. And as you might see, oh wait, before we do that, we have exactly 4 places here where we can put the saplings in. So we will at least get rid of these 4 saplings before we move on. Something special will happen when we find this holy site here, and this is this one. Anyway, our camp was alerted at dawn by rustling in the leaves moving towards us. Our best warriors were mobilized only to find a small tribe of FI making their way through the jungle. They had wounded among the number and besieged our aid. As we treated those individuals, the remainder offered trade, and we managed to barter some essentials for the shinier effigies and necklaces before they continued on their way. Also, yeah, if you were curious, we are Runeborn. Everything Runeborn. As simple as that. So, just some points and money. Never hurts. Which kind of means that we could probably get another advisor in, right? I mean, we are losing money at the moment. So, 12. Damn it, 13. Yeah, like I said, it's probably gonna tick all the way over to the thingy. So, we should get an event. There we go, the Goddess's Garden. Pop. Plant the seeds. Sorry. There was something in my throat. Alright. Now, we are gonna get a special event when we reach this holy site, which is gonna give us an option. I mean, we will see when it comes around. We will see. The last time I did this, I kind of timely managed to also get to the end before the Canorians really were there, and I could start colonizing a bunch of stuff, which is also quite fun. Yeah, but because, like as you see, we could easily just kind of rush towards this if we wanted. But I particularly like the Xoti'Guao. We will see later on what this gives us if we plant all of these seeds around here. That is a fun activity for later. For now, we just plant these seeds and leave those marks everywhere. So 13, easy. This time I managed to do it. I think we could not plant in here, as far as I remember. Let's just do all of this and do it most efficient. We'll also, of course, encounter the other tribes as well as we move about. We do need to make sure that we come back here before we reach this place, because otherwise my army will be lost on their own somewhere randomly. But I think we will be timely enough for this. I actually think I like the prestige. That one is quite useful. Pumping it up for now. Should never hurt. So, we could jump in here if we wanted, but I feel like I should probably explore one region fully before I move on. Okay, and then we're gonna go here and here. This might be the last step that we take, but even though we're actually quite far away, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years before we actually get here. Oh, I'm not sure what I had in my voice there. That kind of completely, for a second, ruined my everything. Later on, we also will stop exploring because we will get some events where we will get rebels in our territory. I found out that basically there's not too much importance to actually get it done perfectly. Yeah, this is a different region. We don't care about this. We only care about this. I can also tell you that this is already not a holy site that we've encountered. EU4. Right. There it is. Yep, the very one at the top. We won't be going there. As you might be wondering why we are not going there, even though we are so close to it. That's because this is where we want to end up. Or where we want to end our journey. So we're just gonna ignore it for now. Also, if you're curious, for these ones, for this mission here, we need to have it visit at least 3 holy sites. So once again, we can ignore these missions for a while. There is a few things that we want to do in the meantime. If we find another tribe, we want to of course encounter them, and I think that we can either be friends with them, or they have a smaller army than I do. We'll see what will be the case specifically. Our manpower will be alright throughout this whole journey. I think we actually can explore everything before we have to move on. That actually is the case. There might be a single province here but that I cannot quite explore yet. Because we are... there, this island. That is actually before I continue clicking for the next place. So, and now we are gonna go on this journey. Of course, we will not be able to step into the other tribe. Another thing that I find a little bit strange, but I guess it kind of mechanic-wise makes sense. The other tribes are not gonna move. They're actually gonna stick in very... oh fuck, that I completely missed. This is what I kind of expected anyway, that I'm gonna miss this a lot. This is why I want to actually manage to get to the monthly takeover. Because that should help us with the timing of all of this. So, we have 2 more years before we need to get the army back. We can explore these guys, and I think we might even just manage to get the rest of this corner done here. Before we have to run all the way back. So, even though we don't need to hold the whole corner, we have a full year to run all the way back here again. Oh well. There should not be many provinces left anyway. I will keep an eye on this. We need to wait for November. Wait, is this one big province? Okay, let's just do this. Let's see if I regret it, time-wise. At least we can keep you alone. I could technically also just try to increase relation with these guys, but they are not perfectly of my religion. They are actually a heretic religion of our faith. So we're gonna have some problems with the opinion. 25. So. Okay, now we are on a rush to come back, but I think we've just managed to explore everything. Yeah, perfectly this area. Let's run back here. The full area. That's gonna just help us time-wise. Are we gonna get you back in a year? That might be... oh, okay, yeah, you should be able to get back. I mean, talking that much also kind of... we'll see. The funny thing is we cannot drill yet, but... Xoti'Guao is a fickle goddess and she takes away as often as she gives. But when she gives generously. On our path lies a tree, felled and shattered into several pieces of extremely strong wood. The wood is already broken into small enough pieces to transport on our wagons and canoes, and large enough to make planks or tools out of it. Whatever we need, Xoti'Guao provides. We will lose some points, but we gain the FLI building supplies, construction cost, construction time, and production efficiency. That will come in handy later. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. So, usually, if you have explored everything, drilling of course makes sense, but we don't know drilling yet. We would need to wait for 2 more techs to get this done. But we have planted every seed that we could find in this region. So, we will move on. 25 again. Lovely. So. Holy Site met. Now, we could take the bonus that this Holy Site gives already. But I don't think I want this blessing, because I don't want it. You don't need to know why. So, the spine! Our pilgrimage has led us to the foothills, begetting of a spine of imposing mountains and a land of towering majestic trees. Their trunks rising like ancient sentinels to touch the heavens. The natural beauty of this place was awe-inspiring as we marveled at the immense size and sheer age of these colossal forests. A single one of these titans, once felled, was enough for several days of work, a gift for craftsmen who reveled in their opportunity to work with such exceptional materials. Indeed, the quality of the wood was exceptional, seemingly light but no less rugged, and impervious to both moisture and rot. Tswohvwoh'ii, it seems, has granted us the rare privilege of taking some of these valuable resources to aid our journey. Though to what end, none can say, as our goddess is rarely prone to benevolence. Though this land is rich in resources, it is not without its challenges. Even here we are not safe from the seed thralls and their cruel slaughter. Monsters too have made their home here, with gliding wyverns greedily protecting the most bountiful groves. It is perhaps in our dealings with the local FA that this dichotomy was laid bare. They offered us knowledge of healing herbs, such as the root of the paria flower, the sap of salad trees, and the all-important life bloom. These gifts were a boon so sorely needed to tend to our wounded companions. However, some of our tribesmen paid a heavy price for their attempt to harvest these herbs themselves, as the very same plants that could provide relief could also become extremely toxic if not gathered with care. And we lost a few of our own in the process, a stark reminder that we are not free of trepidations even in lands of abundance. So, we will gain the bonus that we have for 50 years, which is quite nice, so we don't need to get a modifier anyway. We gain admin points, and we get the Explorer and FLI in 30 days. We will also regain 2 saplings every time we meet one of our holy sites. So, just to let you know. Alright, but we click that. The days tick on, and then we will get our event. Exploring FLI. With our short mercer to this region of FLI completed, it is time for us to choose the next site to visit. Our adventuring party should continue to scout ahead and search for the next holy site. So, we could decide, hey, cool, we are gonna just stay here, so we're gonna go there. But we could also go to the other places. I personally think the best way to do things is immediately jumping to the mushroom forest. Bam. So, here we are. Mushroom forest. We have no need to state anything. But we have a need to continue exploring. Here are also, of course, sapling places where we can put the saplings. We currently have 4 available. This is the one thing that I dislike is we don't know how much saplings we can. Or we cannot look up how many saplings we have. We need to remember it. But I know that the next thing is the mushroom forest. So let's get to it. This region, I think ends here, right? That's not a region. Either way. We found some dudes, cool. No thingy here. We know this event. But yeah, this stops here, right. The trade is important as well. These all are fitting regions. Either way, you keep exploring. There we found a place for saplings. I kind of want to see all of our options before we really move on completely. A haunting chorus. There are strange reports from Xoti'Guao, a strange song strange songs that are being heard across the province. Although these songs do not come from any discernible direction, our people are convinced that there are song servants, slaves of Everlight Jungle, who are causing this. We lose manpower and a bunch of points. Unpleasant. So we of course will move first towards this place for saplings. And then we'll actually see how many saplings we have. So, you will come here. This one is not a place. Then here. And then just continue exploring all of this. We will stop you before this happens. No worries. I also remember nearly losing my army from these natives because they are quite brutal. Like, you might realize that there's quite a lot going on here. And we need to kind of make sure that this army does not drop. Oh fuck. Okay, the yearly takeover will be my time. It doesn't matter 100%, but it can be quite annoying. So, this is the wall, as I remember. There is a sapling here. Good, but this one we can actually somewhat ignore because we will have to go back around here anyway. Because this over here is also a holy site, right? Or is it? Yeah, this one is also a holy site that we will get to. But we will first go to the mushroom forest. Mushrooms, mushrooms. Betcha, 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 betcha. Okay, let's remember December. Okay, so this is not a place, but this is a place. And then you guys just come around here and do this again. So, one thing that we also have to remember. We need to make friends or fight one of our friends or one of the other tribes. For this one we need to do the very same. Either we need to see them as an enemy or we need to see them as a friend. This one particularly, I think we are gonna do with one of the southern or the eastern nations of Lalanka. Or the Lalanka region. I'm not sure what it's called actually. Either way. We have saplings to spare. And we will see if there's anything else here to explore. Alright. I probably have to end this episode soon, but at least I gave you the clear idea what's going on here. There's not a place for saplings here. A budding hope. Little Xoti'Guao was terribly sick. His body burned hotter than it should, and he was sickly, bedridden, and miserable. His family and the tribe had accepted that he was not long for this world. His brother, however, did not. Running into Everlight, he found salvation, a flower, marga in our language, that is extremely rare and typically only buds once over its decades-long life. It is known for its curative properties. The specimen the child found had 2 buds flowing gently into the wind instead of 1. The first bud, as good as custom dictates, was used to cure his brother, but what would we do with the second one? We give it to the chief, which gives him monarch military skill and lifespan, or we get just permanent global prosperity until the end of game. I don't see a reason why I should give you this. Global prosperity it is. So. Yeah, that is gonna ruin my voice. There is our goal. this time. So, but we have think explored nearly everything here. This is all. We can quickly check these guys, obviously. We can take stuff ahead of time. Oh, we can't take the military stuff. The rest we're just gonna keep. So, 19th. So, let's plant some saps. Right, you guys continue. I guess this is still... No, wait, go around here. I don't think there's anything else here, right? Then we're just gonna continue exploring this way. Alright. Right, we have 3 saplings. Checking on our on what we have here, we can do 1 more here. Then we're gonna gain 1 here, gain 2 here. This one we are gonna meet on the way. Alright. Boop. Like, I've also never really gotten to the point where I would say, no, I don't want to plant these saplings here, to be honest. Which I also found quite funny. I've never once taken this decision. Right, I'm just gonna quickly finish up this exploration. Yep, this is all done. We don't really care about anything else here. You are gonna make your way over here. And we are gonna end this episode here. So like always, like, subscribe, and shenanigans, and I guess I'll see you guys next episode. Bye!